Hello, 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 hello. So, today I'm going to be talking about coming from a place from the heart. That's how I feel today we ought to talk about coming from a place of the heart. And I was just thinking about this earlier actually, and how when we respond to things, we quite often respond from a place in the head. But when you respond in the head, you kind of come from what's happened in the past, or you come from a place of worry, you come from a place of whatever's been going on in your life in that moment. Whereas what I've realised with myself, when I come from a place of the heart, I slow down. I'm more peaceful. I come from a place of love rather than in my head. When I'm in my head, I feel as though I'm very wondering, I'm very rushed, I'm very wondering what's going on, kind of like, okay, what's the next thing? I'm already thinking of what I'm going to say before I even said it, and before the even questions being asked or the conversations being talked about. Whereas when I'm in my heart, and you can tell, I just slow down. I'm in my heart now. Now I'm in my head, and I'm already racing to try and get the things done, bring myself down to my heart. And literally, I'm just at peace. I'm just slow. I'm just not worrying about the time. I'm not worrying about what people think. I'm focusing on them and listening to the conversation. And the advantage of coming from the heart is that I believe personally that this is where we can tap into our innate potential. We can tap into our infinite potential, is my belief. Because I believe we are powerful, limitless, infinite beings, and we can do anything and everything if we want. But we've got to believe it, and our beliefs have to match that belief that I am powerful and limitless. Because if it's not, you're going to struggle. But again, you have to go through the struggle to get to that point of believing. So I'm talking today about coming from a place from the heart, because when you come from a place in the heart, it has this loved intention to be possibly the best version of ourselves. And it's when we're in our heart that we can tap into this potential. Even Einstein said there's an infinite potential, and that's how he would tap into this infinite potential, which people call sixth sense or psychic abilities. There's a thing out there which, when you tap into it, you have just ideas will just come flowing in. Things will start to manifest, and it's just one of them things. It's incredible. And there's been a few times where I've been in that kind of state, but yesterday I was very much in a state of, I deeply love myself. Because if you can't deeply love yourself, how can you expect other people to deeply love you? So for me, I'm in a place now of just concentrating on myself. I find it quite difficult sometimes, just concentrating on myself at this moment in time, just to get to a place where I can love myself so deeply that I don't have to look for approval. I don't have to look for love, because I already am love. I don't need people to say, I love you. It's nice, it's a bonus, but I don't need them to tell me that they love me, for me to feel that validation, that approval. And quite often, we look for happiness, joy, love externally. Why do that when you can find all that internally and supply it yourself, and then you don't need anybody to give you it? Because then the other problem is, when you look for that kind of stuff externally, it can leave you just like that. Just in a moment, it can leave you. And then suddenly, you're back to where you were. Whereas, if you find that love internally, and that external stuff leaves, then you've still got that love. Don't get me wrong, when people love you, that's a bonus on top. But that is today's lesson. So where, and well, let's rephrase that question. What motivates you internally to be your best, and how can you find that love internally now? They're the questions.